Okay, so I saw this post and what did it say again? Barely a year after she relocated to the UK, lady resigns from her job and moves back to Nigeria. So it was this post on Twitter. So I would like to, touch on this because I've gone through the comments and I've seen a lot of comments regarding this. Let me tell you something. Me, myself, I'm not in Nigeria anymore. I have Jackba not just like every other person, but because I have a mission, because I have a purpose, I decided to leave Nigeria. And this is why I want to talk about this post because this post can be misleading. Now it says, lady came to the UK with her family in September 2022 after spending a lot on COS to Jagba. Now take note of this COS. The truth is, a lot of people in Nigeria are spending so much money, so much on COS without knowing anything about it, without even knowing if there is a job. Now, if you don't know what COS means, it means Certificate of Sponsorship. It means that an employer employs you and wants you to continue to work for him or her for a long time. So they give you a COS which helps you to stay back in the UK. Now, if this employer gives you this COS and doesn't have a job for you, you are finished. Because when you get this COS, you are entitled to only 20 hours to work for another employer. Now, you can imagine where you get this COS and your employer doesn't have a job for you. Now, what happens? It means that you now have 20 hours to work for another person. And let's say you came with your family, probably you have 3 children. Now, how are you supposed to survive on just 20 hours when the person that gave you the COS is not giving you a job? Now, why would it not make this one to run back to Nigeria? So when people come online to tell stories, it's important that they tell the full story so that people who are not there understand the reason why. There are a lot of reasons why you can leave. You can come to UK, you can travel to US or Canada, and then you run back home. Some people, their mental health is when they travel abroad that they realize that their mental health is actually not stable. It's when they travel abroad that they realize that they can't actually stay alone. But why would that even make you to go back to Nigeria? But for the fact that you have talked about COS, I understand what is around COS. Now, that is why when you are accepting COS from an employer, do your research, do your background research. Be sure that this person has a job for you. Be sure that this person have hours of time for you. Don't just hear that, oh, one agency is giving out COS and then you decide, oh, I have the money to pay, because a lot of you in Nigeria are buying this COS without even knowing whether there is job for you or not. Because if you come to the UK and there's no job for you from that employer or from that agency, you are finished. You're on your own. So you will definitely become frustrated because it's not easy here. When we are back home, we think that when you come over abroad, it's easy to just make money. You wake up and there is money. You can pluck money from the trees and pick. It is when I got here that I realized that Omo is a hustle. So when people tell you that they are hustling for money, this is a definition of hustle. You see, living in abroad and making money is a definition of hustle. Living abroad and making money is a definition of hard-earned money. So when people speak about their hard-earned money, you should know that they have really worked hard for it. There's no free money here in abroad. There's no free money here in the UK. Unlike in Nigeria, you can just be, if you see somebody, they just dash you 10,000 naira, 50,000 naira. But here, you can't dash somebody £5 because you worked so hard for it. It's hard. So when people come online to say these things, they have to, say the full story so that they don't confuse people. I must tell you, it is not bad living in the UK. It's actually a cool place, peaceful, safe. Do you understand? So if you have the right job, the right team, and you have your family and you have your job that you're earning something from, you will definitely be happy. But if you are going to, you go and carry rubbish COS from an employer who doesn't have job for you, especially from agencies, because it is mostly 95% agencies sell this COS to people back home. And when they buy into it, they come over here and they realize that these agencies are even hustling for jobs for them. So if agencies don't have job for you, you can't work. You can't. So if you are accepting certificate of sponsorship, please make sure that you're accepting certificate of sponsorship directly from an employer. Because there is no way an employer will employ you to come and work for them and they don't have a job for you. But when you accept COS from an agency, you are on your own because they are also begging for jobs. They are also hustling for jobs. So until they get shift for you, you will stay at home. So you have to be careful and do your background check to know who you are accepting. So don't just because you are in a hurry to run away from your country, you just accept COS that doesn't make any sense. Do you understand me? So when you're reading these comments, people would think that, oh, she actually has something back. No. Someone is frustrated that she can't work as much as she wants to work. And what happens? You can't continue to stay here because you have to pay house rent. You know how much house rent is? £1,000, and you pay it monthly. Some people pay 1,200. Do you know how much that is? That's 1 million naira every month you have to pay house rent. So it will not be easy. It's better you go back home and sort yourself out. If you want to come back again, then make your plans and plan very well. Now, this one is saying, this is the thing in the UK. So many people are frustrated that they can't go home and can't stay in the UK. Their mental health is destroyed to the extent that you can't even say hi to them. They feel trapped. Nobody's mental health is destroyed here, except you did not come here with plans. You did not make a very good plan before moving. So please, before you move, make sure you make your plans. Have a very good plan. Map out your strategies. How do you want to work here? How do you want to live here? That is the only thing that will keep you here. Don't listen to people. You can be happy here. Don't listen to people. If you want to come over here, come over. But make sure you have a very good plan and do not buy rubbish COS from somebody, especially agencies. So be careful with what you're doing. Okay? Bye. See you guys.